Here's the start to the 1973 Merc Slo-Pro. It was a hurricane. After throwing my back out a couple of times trying to move it around my yard, I decided I probably wasn't going to get it running on its own. I got this thing stripped down to pretty much the bare chassis, and it's still hard to lift. It's a good thing plastic doesn't rust, because the hood's still in good condition. There's the seat. That was one of the main reasons I bought the sled to begin with. It's pretty unique. Kind of looked like a waffle. I like waffles, so I figured, what the heck, for 20 bucks I'll buy the sled. Probably a bad move. And here's another sled that I bought in a moment of bad judgment. 1977 Lynx 250, single cylinder. Pretty ugly. Main reason I picked up this headache was I saw it on Craigslist. It was about 10 minutes down the road from me, and it had these monstrosities of a ski widening kit on it, which bears a striking resemblance to the Panther I did many, a few years ago. Hard to see, but I widened it out with a street signpost. Somebody used an old sign to repair the belly pan. Looks like John's auto alignment. I guess he's not in business anymore. There's another hole in the chassis. She's not too far off from the scrapyard either. So one day when I was trying to figure out what to do with these two pieces of junk, I thought I'd try combining them to make even one better piece of junk. And there came the idea of the Merc Slo-Pro. Back to working on the Merc engine. I couldn't do anything I tried. I couldn't get the spark. So I've been going through some of my piles of parts, engines, and just various crap I've had laying around in the garage. As you can see, I've been trying to mix and match ignition components to get something to work on to this engine. So we're going to use a Rotax flywheel, Polaris stator, Polaris coil, CDI, and I'll try and hook it up onto that Merc engine. Keep your fingers crossed. Might need some duct tape for that. There's the Carb Setup. That's the old Tillotson that's got floats and jets in it. Never seen one of those before. Mounting was pretty darn close to the motor plate. Had to grind away a bit to get it to fit. The angle adapter is a 90-degree plumbing fitting, 1 1/4 inch, just black steel. The flanges I used to hook it to the intake and the carb are part of an exhaust flange off a 72 Panther that I stole parts off of. I just chopped it in half and welded it to the pipe. Of course, hose clamp holding everything together. The motor mounts were just some 2-inch square tubing that I had left over for scrap laying around. The engine needed to be up that high to clear the carb on the bottom there, but having the engine stick out of the hood also looks pretty cool. There's the finished electrical system. Basically, I had to get creative with the Dremel tool to mount that stator plate onto the bearing cup holder thing that's part of the engine there. So it was a bit of grinding. The leaves and debris are for sound deadening. Now the throttle cable was another problem. Since I didn't have one the right length and I wasn't going to buy one, I basically just ran parts of broken brake cables directly to the carb, I used a chunk of throttle cable, the outside sheathing, to run it around some sharp metal motor mounts there. And between a knot and a washer, connected the two throttle cables together. So when you pull it, it literally just yanks the whole cable and operates the carb there. Overall, I'd say it's about a level 3 hack job. Used a lot of hose clamps and the zip ties to keep everything together. Made up some custom decals similar to the ones on the actual Hurricanes. Who needs back pressure? Alright, let's see if we can get her to run here.